Well, if nobody else minds the spoilers here, I could explain the story to you. But I don't know if you'd... Like, I could explain... But I guess I'm a little confused about it myself when I think about it. I believe I have to go straight over the other side. I'm not even gonna mess around here. Not necessarily. They add a sort of... They add a little depth to the story, but not really something dramatic. It's just kind of like... They're fun little tidbits about the town and all that. Like the whole article about Walter Sullivan stabbing himself with a soup spoon in Silent Hill 2. Those kind of things, they kind of add a little depth to the town and what goes on there. But they don't really add too much to the story. I think some certain documents do that, but not many of them. So not necessarily all the papers. Where am I going? I remember there was a... I have to go down to that padlock, but I forgot where it was. That's not it. But I remember going this way. Maybe this is just the way I came back. I don't know. Well, apparently Murphy's son... Oh, come on. It pushed me back. I have to check my health. I'm doing fine. Well... Murphy went to Silent Hill after his son was raped and killed by a pedophile named Patrick Napier, and he was blamed for the kill, I think. I think that was how it went, or like some people were suspicious of him, but he got into prison by leading the police on a chase for 10 hours across the eastern seaboard, and they brought him into prison, and they were like, "Oh, what would make you do something like that, Murphy? You're such a good guy." And he's like, "Well, I guess I just needed some time away from the world." And he killed Napier in prison, but the guard that set up the whole meeting with him and Napier was like, "Hey, I want you to do something for me." So he was like, "Okay, what do you need done?" It's like, "I want someone killed." And the whole story is figuring out who that person was, and Downpour was willing to actively change Murphy's history for that bit of story. Like, in some endings, Murphy didn't do it, sometimes Murphy did. But the person was the guard that was nicest to him, Frank Coleridge, who is the supposed antagonist's daughter. So, the entire game, his daughter is trying to kill you for what you supposedly did to him. In some endings you do it, some endings you don't. So it determines what you did. Like, that's not great because, like, before the protagonists normally go to Silent Hill, they have a cut and dry template. Like, what they did before they came to Silent Hill, that was already predetermined. Like, James killing Mary, you can't get around that. There was nothing gonna change that. Except maybe James' intentions. But that's not really changing the history of it. Yes, the guard that he supposedly killed was innocent. Like I said, sometimes, in some endings he did, sometimes he doesn't. And it really doesn't make any sense. But I like the story as it is, or as it was set up. What do you mean I can't use that here? Oh. Oh, that's a good thing, Rock Socks. Let me try it again. What do you mean I can't use that here? Come on. Is there something I can combine it with? Oh. You didn't miss anything. I was just explaining the story to Silent Hill Downpour, to Napers. But yeah, like I said, the protagonists that came to Silent Hill, they already had a cut and dry story, while Murphy did not. His story was like a molding putty. He wasn't like James. James was what he was, while Murphy can be, but cannot be. But I suppose it's there it lets me use it. But I suppose it's nice to know that in none of the endings did he kill his son. So he never killed his son. So praise the Lord for that the developers didn't make a screwed up ending like that. But it would have added a lot of depth to Murphy's character if he did. And Patrick Napier was blamed for it when Patrick Napier was actually trying to save him. Oh my god, I think I just thought of a winning story. Let's title it The Supposed Pedophile Chronicles. Ooh, shotgun shells. Well, I'll just give you a rundown version. Murphy's son got killed. Murphy killed the guy who killed him by getting into prison. And then the guard who set it up asked him, hey, I got another guy for you to kill. And he was like, okay. And the daughter of the person he killed was a guard at the prison who pursued him through Silent Hill. And then bam. It all came to a climactic finale where whatever you chose in the game governs what Murphy did. That's probably the most condensed version I could give you. Why would there be wheelbarrows in a subway? And why is the subway still in construction? If Heather's been using it for so long, why is it still in construction? Like, do you think they would have finished by now?